Hey guys, and welcome back to That LP Show. The name of the game is Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Well, we got what we came here for on the GFS Valhalla, or, well, we got something. We don't know exactly what it's for. We didn't specifically come here for that thing, even though we did, but we didn't, because we came here before we were prompted to do so. But I assure you, we will have eventually been prompted to do so, and anybody who's actually waited till that point has gone, ugh, I gotta backtrack again? So yeah, I just came here beforehand, so we could just finish up here on the Pirate Homeworld without having to leave it. We're not going to have to leave the Pirate Homeworld until the very end of the game, or toward the very end of the game, which we're getting close to. But yeah, we're specifically heading back to the command center. Okay, just a quick run forward to the elevator. We want to get back to the command courtyard. Alright, hyper mode a go-go, because this turret seems to like to respawn every time we exit the room and then come back. But yeah, now that we have the grapple voltage, let's give this thing a charge. Awesome. Oh, we can see that there's a missile expansion right there on the other side of the elevator. Let's see where we can, okay, we can't go anywhere because the elevator's broken. Wow, the elevators here suck. They don't even have good elevator music. All it is a remix of the Space Pirate theme from Super Metroid. Not that that's, you know, bad music. It's just not very catchy elevator music. It's just kind of fun for an adventure, and I'm not paying for that. It was already broken when I got here. Alright, and let's go to floor 3 hooks. I don't know if those are supposed to be Space Pirate E's numbers. Yeah, Space Pirate E's, because I don't know what other language it's called. It's not like Earth Pirate E's, which usually only consists of the letter R. I'll show myself out. Oh. Here they come. Pirate Commandos, if I'm not mistaken. Let's pull out this X-ray visor. Oh, of course! Of course, the X-ray visor fails us because he immediately goes into hyper mode. That sucks. What about you? Yeah, you're also in hyper mode. What the hell? You guys suck. They usually don't go into hyper mode immediately, but oh well. We defeated 20 Pirate Commandos, and we got the friend voucher for that. Yeah, I want to come up here. You probably remember me mentioning that there was Space Pirate lore in this room the first time we came through. I just didn't bother getting it. But, you know, that's because I knew we would have been back here. Also, once we actually read it, you'll understand why I saved it for a little bit later, because there was another one that I wanted to read before it. I know I usually get the lore out of order, and you just kind of have to piece it together, but, you know, I thought as long as I was going to come back here, I might as well just wait. Disaster at Elysia. The march of the hunter continues. Much to our dismay, she has smashed our line at Elysia, taking down Commander Gore in the process. The accursed Elysian machines were no match for Eren's guns, and now the Federation has control of their spy station once again. It is only a matter of time before they find the location of the Phazon source and send their fleets to lay siege. Our great leader does not seem to mind these setbacks. If Samus comes to our homeworld, she will find us ready. So, So, which one do the pirates consider the homeworld? This one or Phase? So, yeah, it just goes to show you that the space pirates consider whatever home they take over their homeworld. You know, so this place, Tragus, if you want to call it, is their homeworld. Now, Phase is their homeworld. Also, Zebes is their homeworld. It all depends on who you want to ask. Okay, so we're pretty much just taking a detour through here because there's another missile expansion that we can get. I don't think they were here last time, but if we use our X-ray visor, yeah, they've set up lasers here now. So let's try to, of course, Of course, because I'm a klutzy idiot. It doesn't work. That is awesome. Okay, let's just zoom to the end. I am not screwing with these idiots. All right, wait for it, wait for it. Okay, there's a few of them. Let's get the X-ray visor ready because we're going to have to deal with some commando pirates or pirate commandos or whatever you want to call them. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Come on. If I didn't have that hit those lasers, I would. Of course the assholes go into hyper mode. Why the hell wouldn't they? It's probably just one of them. If any enemy nearby goes into hyper mode, then it messes with your visor. Okay, idiot, die now. Awesome. Okay, can I use it now? All right, cool, cool, cool. I took care of the one that was in hyper mode. So, guys, I know there's. Oh, you know what? I'm seeing the damn crawl tanks on radar. Whatever. All right, let's pop this thing off. Oh, there we go. All right, and there's another missile expansion. That's pretty much the only reason that we came back in this room. Other than that, this isn't exactly where we're headed. Oh, get, there we go. Thank you. Wonky-ass spider ball. Excellent. All right, and we have a nice conveniently placed elevator here that we'll be using a little bit later. There, I just want to kill you based on principle, whatever that means. All right, but the area we're really going for is the defense access because is the defense access or command center? This room that we're in here right now, but we're under the floor. We want to get into here, but on the inside of here, not the outer pipeline, because that's where we'll be disabling the defense shield so the fleet can lay the smack down. Get in the hole, thank you. All right, and now we can finally take this thing out. Now that we have the Nova beam and the X-ray visor, well, we were able to see it through the X-ray visor ages ago, but we needed the Nova beam to get through. All right, let's just go ahead and use our hyper beam to take out the turrets. We might even use the hyper beam to take out a few commando pirates. Okay, well, those aren't commando pirates, so I'm just going to blast them away with the hyper beam. Commando pirates can be taken. I thought I destroyed you. Commando pirates can be taken out a little bit easier with the X-ray visor and Nova beam since they have a weak spot, like a membrane in their face that you can shoot. You know, unless one of them goes into hyper mode, because like I said, if anything around you goes into hyper mode, it causes interference with all of your visors, except for just the regular combat visor. I'm speaking mainly of the X-ray visor. Yeah, like that guy's in hyper mode. So, and he has a shield. He has a shield too. So we can't just shoot it. Well, we could shoot through it, but, you know, he's in hyper mode. You guys know how it works by now. All right. And there we go. That one kind of looks like it's in the shape of Samus's mask. Oh, there we go. Yeah, because they change positions every single time you press one. So I keep having to search and search and search. Alright, so we saw a little robot shooting through these phasite panels earlier, and now we can do it because we have the same green beam that it had. And we need to shoot through all of those to disable the shielding around that morph ball slot, but of course they're not going to make it easy on us. Why would they? Why would they? We're trying to destroy them, and violence is the typical response to one trying to destroy another person. There we go. And all we have to do is shoot the little balls there. The little energy cores. I believe that's what the game actually calls them, is energy cores. I call them glowy balls. Because they're balls and they glow. Why wouldn't I call them glowy balls? I mean, it's a reasonable nomenclature. Ah, you ass crack. And I fell down all the way to the bottom, didn't I? Oh, no, not all the way to the bottom, but, oh, how convenient. Let's go ahead and blow up some more glowy balls. It doesn't matter what order you blow these up in, as long as you get them all. Alright, and down to the bottom floor. Oh, hello. Oh, well, I'll take you out after the cutscene. Alright, and, any more? Why did I open up that? You know, it really doesn't help that they can teleport, and that the X-ray visor doesn't really track them when they teleport. It's not like in Metroid Prime 1 where you can use the X-ray visor to keep track of the Chozo ghosts whenever they warp. No, when these guys turn invisible, they turn, like, legitimately invisible. Oh! Ooh! I am peeved now. You're in hyper mode, so I gotta do it this way. You're not in hyper mode, though, so you can eat Nova Beam. There you go. Wow. I was almost up there, too. You know what? Maybe I should just ignore the space pirates and run all the way up, because they do spawn infinitely as you're climbing to the top. So once we get into that Morph Ball bomb slot, they will all go away. Ooh, they're close. They're close. All right. And boom goes the defense shield. Well, it doesn't actually explode. It just kind of dissipates. There you go. And just to give you some scale of how big that this entire facility is, I believe this ship coming in right here actually is the Olympus. It looks kind of tiny, doesn't it? Or maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. Maybe it really isn't the Olympus. You know, we'll get a clear shot of the Olympus later on. Anyway, we got a gold credit for destroying or taking the defense system offline. Can't do anything with that yet, but we'll see it later. I do want to disable this, though, because it opens up a little shortcut that we'll use later.
Outstanding job, Samus. I knew the Federation could count on you. I've given the order to begin the invasion. I'm headed down there with the troops. Meet me at these coordinates.
You got it. All right, let's hit up the elevator. Well, we have to go through the airlock first, and then we hit up the elevator. The coordinates that he's talking about is the air something. I can't even remember. The Skyway access. There you go. The path toward the supply route that we weren't able to access earlier because of a big hard wall. Alright, I just wanted to take a quick detour to the first floor in order to backtrack to my ship in order to save, because this next part right here, it's easy enough if you just want to go through it, but there's a gold credit that we can get for satisfying a certain condition, and I want to get that and show it off, and it could take numerous attempts. So you can just shoot straight from the second floor to the third floor if you want, but I wanted to take that little detour to the first floor to save, because, yeah, this could take multiple takes. And once it starts, you'll probably see a crossfade. If you see a crossfade, you know that I messed up.
Outstanding work, Samus. I don't say this often, but I sure am impressed. That said, you've still got work to do. Up ahead is the pirate cargo line that leads to the sea. There's a large security door located at the end. 4 demolition troopers are needed to open the final door, so you need to make sure enough of them make it safely through this area. You are the only one who can destroy the seed. We'll help along the way. Once we get there, it's up to you to finish the job. We're right behind you, Samus. Do some damage.
Really? I couldn't have just blown this thing open with my ship now to the... Okay. I guess that tiny little bomb does more damage than my ship missiles, but whatever, video game logic. Let's go ahead and scan this guy first. This is a Demolition Trooper. Demolition Troopers are not especially combat savvy and often rely on others to cover them in battle. They are outfitted with explosive weaponry for special missions. When the only way to the objective is straight through everything, the troopers in this unit are called upon to make it happen. While capable of destroying the strongest of barriers, these troopers are not as capable in combat as traditional Marines. So they're pretty much combat engineers.
Samus, we are part of the Demolition Reinforcement Squad. Since our armor is weaker than most of the troopers, we need you to watch our backs through this area. Our group color is yellow. Most of the Demolition team has already started moving towards the Seed, so you better get going. Good luck.
You know, yellow isn't very tactical. Not that I would know anything. I only served in the Marines, but then again, I wasn't a Space Marine. Those aren't a thing yet, as far as we know. Okay, so, yeah, once we trigger this event, we're pretty much going to go through an escort mission. We have 12 Demolition Troopers. In order to complete this objective, we need to get through with at least 4 of them. So we got to keep as many as we can alive, at least 4. And the key to doing that is, well, just shoot the bad guys before they kill too many of the troopers. And it's easier said than done, since there seems to be a large element of randomness to it. Like these, yeah, those arrow troopers could just out of the blue dive bomb you. Sometimes these troopers are stupid and jump in front of the train. So many things can happen in order to, you know, get these troopers killed. One of my favorite things are the fact that sometimes the pirates want to ignore Samus and go straight for one of the troopers. Which sucks, because one of my best strategies is to just kind of rush in and spray all the bad guys to draw their attention. Because if they see Samus as the bigger threat, then they may be less inclined to go after the troopers. There we go. I think we're okay for right now. This is kind of a safe spot. You still don't want to sit around and dawdle too much, though. But what really helps you here is knowing the enemy placement beforehand. So, yeah, there's a little bit of a trial and error deal to it. To be perfectly honest with you, this isn't one of my favorite parts of the game, because an escort mission in a Metroid game, really? And these guys are kind of dumb at times. See how they rush ahead? Guys, engineers in Demolition are not meant to take point. Why are you running ahead of me? I thought the entire idea of me protecting you was that I take point. There we go. And don't worry, that was a regular Marine that he killed there. Not that that's not a very sad thing. It's just that for the purposes of this mission, okay, here's where it can get a little stupid, because... come on. Don't kill any of my compatriots' buttholes. Come on. One more over there. All right. Oh, yeah. That part is bitchy. That part is so bitchy because there's so many of them. So it's hard to make them all focus in on Samus. But yeah, you want to aggro them. You want to shoot at as many bad guys as you can and aggro them. Because you can take a lot more damage than the Demolition Troopers. Especially if you have all of the energy tanks at this point. By the way, this part always gets my heart pounding, so if my voice sounds kind of jittery and that's why. I'm a tightly wound ball of nerves right now. Are you fucking kidding me? Going into hyper mode with the shield. There we go. All right, stay clear of this door. Stay clear of this door. All right, and we got a Berserker Knight. Let's aggro him. Just spray at him. Spray him with the shots. All right, there's a few troopers right here. I want to... There you go. Ooh, come on. No, in with the... Die, you crap. All right, get away from me. You're blocking the way. You're blocking the way, butthole. Come on. There we go. Ooh, not too many energy tanks yet. All right, he's damaged. Let me... Come on. With the weak spot. There, he's dead. He's dead. Awesome, awesome. Oh, I'm hurting so bad. I'm hurting so bad. 3 energy tanks left. Ooh. All right, all right. Guys, could you just stay to the side? Why do you gotta be brave? What do you got? You got Intergalactic Bounty Hunter Samus Aran with you. Why you gotta be brave? Why you gotta be brave? All right, just stay here around the gate where the, yeah. Stay around the area of the gate without actually crossing through the threshold where the Berserker Knight came in, because if you do that, then you give these, you give the pirate troopers a chance to get past you to get to these demolition guys. But, whew, okay, there we go. You may have seen a crossfade in the elevator because I'm going to be editing out my trip to the save point, which isn't that far away. It's you go down to the first floor and it's the straight path to your ship. But looks like you're not going to see a crossfade here because I did it on my first attempt. Objective complete. It's not so hard to get only 4 of them through, but for getting all 12 of them through, we get the all troopers saved gold credit, and that's what I wanted to do, and it's such a pain in the ass. And I'm already looking that I made my sound audio file peak there, so oh yeah, I yelled. Fortunately, oh, there's a nice radioactive Epsom salt bath here, the 3rd one in the game. There's only 3 of them in the game. 2 of them are on Brio, and we got this one here, so let's go ahead, soak it all up, guys. Take a breather. Whew, I am stressed. Okay, we got the last little bit of pirate lore right here. Let's go ahead and read it. Mistress Gandrada is the last of our leader's field commanders. We hope that she will succeed where the others have not. We hope that she will slay the wretched hunter. Gandrada tests our mettle often. She moves among us in our form, watching us, looking for signs of weakness. Several unfaithful disciples have been ended violently. Those who survive will be stronger, ready for the hunter that comes for them from the void. Gandrada has vowed to present Aaron's bloody helmet to Dark Samus as tribute. We hope she fulfills that vow. Whew. Sorry, I'm still a little bit out of breath. Like I said, you're probably going to hear me being all jittery during that part because, goddamn, whew, that is a stressful part. And every time I play through it in an attempt to make all 12 troopers survive, my heart just starts pounding. I get short of breath. You guys know the feeling on really just like, ooh, parts of games where it's just, it's tooth and nail, man. It's tooth and nail. We gotta open that up so we can get our ship through. Well, I guess that ship will, that switch right there will do it. Let's go ahead and jump up there, flip the switch, and get the hell out of here. Oh, of course not. Yeah, you didn't think they left that radioactive Epsom salt bath there for us for no reason, did you? We needed to heal desperately. Anyway, who's this guy? He's able to just knock me on my ass and send me tumbling like that? This is the Pirate Commander, not to be confused with the Pirate Commando. Commanders make heavy use of their personal teleporter, moving to favorable positions and across the battlefield, giving orders and support as needed. They carry all of the weaponry and gear used by commandos, with the exception of their armor, which is forged out of an ultra-rare red phasite, a rare breed. Pirate commanders have lived to rise to the ruling caste on the Pirate Homeworld. Which one? Each has been a commando for at least 10 years. Oh, so they got some experience. Not enough experience for my hyper mode to blow through their red phasite plating. Yeah, just prioritize this butthead right here. There's also pirate commandos flying around, but, ooh, hyper mode failure, bummer. Yeah, there's also pirate commandos accompanying him, and you could use the X-ray visor, theoretically, to take him out quickly, but you know, there's usually three of them at a time, and one of them is always in hyper mode. So yeah, you're not going to get much use out of your X-ray visor because they're always going to be causing interference in one way or another. But yeah, I think I took the Pirate Commander out already. So I just need to take out these stragglers here. Where are you? There you are. Think you could hide from me? Oh, he tried to throw a phazon grenade at me. I'm already using hyper mode. All you'd be doing is giving me free hyper mode. At least for, you know, 25 seconds. Because even if you do try to abuse overload in order to get extra hyper mode time, it's just still going to be a max for 25 seconds before the auto vent kicks in. Okay. Oh, there it is. Can we hit it now? Can we hit the switch? Nothing's gonna jump out and knock me 20 feet onto my back. That's kind of a complicated way of opening up the roof. What the hell was that thing anyway? It's like a very expensive looking locking mechanism. Okay, let's jump down. And now we can blow open this door with our... See, look, we can blow open this door with our ship missiles. And it doesn't look like it was any different than the tiny little bomb that demolition trooper used. That looks electrified right there. I don't think it's safe to walk through. Okay, what do we got? No, I want to scan it. I want to scan it just to confirm. Scan the hallway, because you can do that. Transit tunnel leads to the seed. Electric rail prevents travel by foot. My ship could fit inside, though. All right. So, let's take our ship to the Pirate Homeworld Phazon Seed, or, yeah, Pirate Homeworld Seed. But that's going to have to wait until next time. And until next time, thank you for watching that LP show, and have a one that is good.